We have uh, indie artist Jerry Adams. Welcome to the culture, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great, great, great. So, every now and again, I know a lot of people watch the culture. You always seeing like all these legends and stuff like that. But sometimes we like to take some time and get to these indie artists because after all, that is what the culture started on, indie artists. So tonight we're gonna sit down one on one with Jerry Adams, and we're going to discuss him as an indie artist. His trials, his tribulations, his highs, his lows, everything in between. And we're also going to get into his diagnosis of colon cancer. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Mr. Adams, can you go ahead and tell us who you are as the person and the artist?
Okay, what would you like for me to begin? Um,
From the beginning.
from the beginning. From the beginning. I suppose I started out when I was young. I remember when I was young, um, singing to myself, and we stayed in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't started school yet, so I must have been like 4 or 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember out in the fields singing to the phone poles and singing to the cows because we stayed in on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
And then back in those days, James Brown, he was the man. So my daddy, he used to love to see me dance. He would pay me a nickel just to dance like James Brown.
Okay.
So I danced like James Brown. And then when he took me to his mama's house, my grandmother's, he
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they would pay me a quarter. Because back in those days, a quarter and a nickel was a lot of money. So he
Right.
would pay me a quarter, and I would dance like James Brown and sing like James Brown. Uh, he liked for me to dance off James Brown. "I Feel Good."
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose I started from there, and
Okay.
then I went to school and started in school talent shows. I
Mm-hmm.
would win every talent show. My principal would come and get me. She would pay me just to be in the talent show. Now, when I did the talent shows, I did James Brown, dance off of James Brown. I did Elvis Presley, Blue Suede Shoes. I sang that. I did Blue Suede Shoes. I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then high school, did the assemblies. I wasn't 18 yet, so I was singing in clubs, but I had to get my mama permission to sing in clubs when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there, early 70s, like 72 or 73, that summer I went to New York. Me and my guitar on my back,
Mm-hmm.
went to New York, try to get into the business, entertainment business. I think I was like 18 or 19 then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm there. So I came back home and I just started singing from there, different clubs, different venues. And then as I got older, I quit for a while. I
Mm-hmm.
quit for a while. And then I think, yeah, I got married and, raised a family. And then I said, I used to be a paralegal. Well, I was a paralegal and did income tax return.
Mm-hmm.
And I made six figures a year doing that. But I wasn't happy. I
Right.
wasn't happy at all. And so I said to myself, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to quit doing this and devote all my attention to my singing and to my acting and modeling.
Mm-hmm.
So I quit that job. I quit my job because I was self-employed. So I
Mm-hmm.
stopped that and I just went cold turkey and just started singing and performing. You know, um, I missed the money, but I wasn't happy doing it. So I started, entertaining and stuff. Going places. I've been to California, not California, but Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was on the stage with Barry Gordy's daughter. Her name is Sherry Gordy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so they invited me out there to perform. I went out there, I think in 2013,
Mm-hmm.
and did that, you know, and that's about it. And then I'm still performing. Now, since this virus got out, I haven't been performing, and I missed the stage, and I really want to go back. I'll be so glad when everything is over with, so we can go back. I can go back to performing and getting invites and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's been good. It's been good. It's a lot of ups and downs, but it's been good.
Cool, cool. So my first question to you is quarantine life. Since you mentioned, this whole COVID situation, how has quarantine life been treating you? Adjusting, just adapting with the new norm, which is now our life.
Well, the only difference for me is not performing because I normally stay at home anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, other than performing, I really missed it. I really missed the stage. But other than that, I'm stay at home, and it hasn't affected me that much other than performing.
Okay. Cool. So I wanted to touch on, because you are older, being an indie artist. How is it? Can you explain to us what is your experience being as old as you is, being an independent artist?
Well, as old as I, I am kind of old, aren't I? Um, I can't tell the difference because if you perform
Hmm.
and you perform good, I'm sorry, performing well, then people are gonna call you.
Right.
Um, I perform for an older crowd,
Hmm.
but other than that, it's no different. If you're good at what you do, people are gonna call you, and you're gonna get to perform.
Right.
So it's good. It's been good. It's been good. So the only difference is that darn virus. That's all it
Okay.
is.
So, are you looking to go mainstream, or where are you looking to take your craft?
Wherever it takes me. If I get on television, that'll be fine. If I get to perform, that'll be fine. But like I say, the older you get, the more people don't, let's say you're too old.
Right.
So wherever it takes me, that's where I go. Where I would like to go, I don't know, just perform. Just
Hmm.
get on stage and perform. I don't care where I'm at. As long as I'm on stage, I'm at home.
Hmm.
So
Okay. So we have a couple of your songs. I
hmm
do want to go ahead and play a little bit of one of them. If you want to go ahead and introduce it, it is the "Send a Letter" song. Can you tell us a little bit about this particular song?
I sure will. I'll be glad to. When I was in my 20s, I got married
Hmm.
and I was in love with my wife. But I was mean. When you're in your 20s, you think you know everything. I was mean. I was jealous. I was hateful because my wife was beautiful. And I suppose she just couldn't take my bullshit no more, my jealousy and my bullshit no more.
Hmm.
So she took the two kids and the dogs and she walked away. She walked out and she gone. It was in 1990s, I think, or 80s,
Hmm.
1980s, I believe. Yeah. So she walked out. She ain't been back since. And I was sitting in the house all by myself, and I was thinking, if she would just send me a letter, let me know if she's okay, then I'll be all right. And every day I would go to the mailbox looking for the letter. I asked the postman, did she have anything for me? She didn't have nothing. So I
Hmm.
went home and see I play a three-string guitar. Three
Hmm.
string. All the songs I write is on my three-string guitar. So I went home feeling sorry for myself, and I came up with that song. Send me a letter. If she just send me a letter, I'll be okay. So that's how Send a Letter got about.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and play a little bit of it. Let's get into this song real quick. This is "Send a Letter."
Yeah, Send a Letter. Are you playing it? I don't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
Do I playing it?
Yes.
I don't hear it.
All right. So that was Send a Letter.
Okay.
So you said that the inspiration for this song was because your wife left,
Mm-hmm.
sick and tired of dealing. She
Mm-hmm.
heard the song.
I think she have. I think. I
Mm-hmm.
think my kids told her about the song once they got older. I
Mm-hmm.
think she may have. I think she has. I think because it's been on the radio a couple of times,
Uh-huh.
and then my kids play it, so I think she don't hear it. And then
Okay.
she just said, "Good, that's what you get from being mean." But we friends now. We're
Okay.
friends, because it's been a while. But we're friends. Everything is cool.
Cool. So let me ask you a question. Um,
Hmm.
who were you influenced by besides? I know you said James Brown, but you used to do a lot of his songs when you were younger. But who were your other influencers?
Oh God, let me see. There's Marvin Gaye,
Mm-hmm.
Elvis Presley, The Temptations, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, uh, Joe Tex, Rufus Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
The old school, Michael Jackson. Um, mostly all of Motown. I was greatly influenced by Motown and Stax
Mm-hmm.
Records. Um, Isaac Hayes. I mean, the list goes on, but I think mainly Marvin Gaye and the Temptations and Smokey Robinson
Mm-hmm.
and I was gonna say Damon, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight. I think those are the main ones I was influenced by.
Okay. Um, what is a message that you would give to your fans, your followers, anybody that's inspired by your music and goes to your shows or your performances? What is your message to them?
Most of all, thank you for your support. And then if anybody's in the industry, don't give up. No matter what anybody say, no matter what your age is, don't give up. If music is your passion and that's what you want to do, and the stage is your life and the spotlight is your life, and that's what you want to do it. Live your dream, live your passion, and don't give up. And again, thank you to all my supporters and all my fans, but mainly to the artists who are out there who's trying to make it in this business, which is tough. Don't
Hmm.
give up. Don't never give up, no matter what.
So I
If
want
you
to
got it,
switch.
I'll say, go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, huh?
I was going to say, even if you get a side job,
Hmm.
do your side job, keep your family up, do what you have to do, but don't never give up on your passion. Do what you have to do and live your dream.
So I had a question for you because
Hmm.
um, I was once told um, by an artist, we were just having, normal conversation about, being an indie artist, the struggle, the good, the bad, and everything in between. And he said his message, if anything, to the ones that are trying to break into the industry is either go broke or go home. Do you believe that's a good motto?
I would go. Well, I did go broke, didn't I? Well, he's right because I give up that 6-figure job and and the money was good, but I wasn't happy. So I kind of have to agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
But you have if you got a family, I had a family,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't go broke. I
Mm-hmm.
have to do something on the side to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you don't have a family and you don't have kids, I would agree with him. But if you got a family, take care of that family first. Do what you have to do to provide for your family, and then try to live your dream.
Okay. Let's switch gears for a little bit because I want to
Okay.
talk about you were diagnosed with colon cancer, and I want you to actually, for one, tell us one how you found out, what you were doing, where, when, everything in between. And I also want you to educate a lot of our young kings, even our older kings, just our men in general in the African American community, because not a lot of our men like to go to the doctor and get checked for things of this nature, or even just at all. And I think it's a very important thing that we need to discuss, because we have so many ailments anyway, with high blood pressure, diabetes, and everything else between. So I want you to go ahead and just give us the timeline from the beginning all the way up until this point.
Okay. I think my problem started in June of 2017. I kept having stomach problems. Laying in bed at night, and 12 in the night, my stomach would start hurting. I mean, like excruciating pain.
Mm-hmm.
And but it would get you out of bed. I rolled on the floor, not crying, but rolling on the floor because I was in pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I would call myself self-medicating. So I'd get up and because I didn't know what was wrong with me, I would get baking soda and take some baking soda and water,
Mm-hmm.
and that would soothe my pain. But like I said, it started in June, and then the next time I was somewhere doing a commercial. I was doing a commercial. Believe it or not, it was a hospital commercial,
Mm-hmm.
and there was real doctors in the commercial. And I was telling the doctors about my stomach problem. In fact, when I went down there, I had a bout. My stomach was killing me, but I had to make that commercial. I had to make that money because it was good money.
Right.
And then I was telling the doctors doing the commercial about my stomach problem. And one of the doctors said, "Well, you might want to get checked for colon cancer. Have you got checked for colon cancer?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "No, I haven't got checked." Okay. And then I kept having problems with my stomach. I would go to the doctors to the emergency room,
Mm-hmm.
and they would treat me, but they would treat me for stomach problem, like a blocked bowel movement, something like that. They
Mm-hmm.
would take X-rays and they say, "Now we see a big blob in your stomach," but they think it was just backed up stool. So they would give me medication for that and send me home for me to use the bathroom after you take the X-rays. Then the next time I went, I think Mr. June, August, September. About September, I went again. Same problem. I mean, my stomach was like somebody had just took and just twisted in knots like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Falling out of bed, throwing up, rolling on the floor, and then when it happens like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
over in the morning. And one morning I got up. This happened. I got up and I went to the bathroom because it makes you throw up. I was throwing up. And whatever I was throwing up, it was stinking. I mean, it was stinking rotten. And then at one point in time, it was coming out both ends. I had to sit on the commode, then throw up. Sit on the commode, then throw up. So, and then after that, I was weak. I couldn't come out the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to lay in the bathroom floor for a while, and I couldn't call out loud enough for my daughter to hear me. So I had to lay there for a while. Then I remember crawling out of the bathroom into my bed.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to self-medicate myself. Turn this way, sometimes it felt better. And turn this way, sometimes it felt better.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would go away. The pain would go away for a while. And then in November, no, I went back to the doctor. I went back to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna send you this in November of 2017. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna send you to the doctor to get your colon, see if you got, check your colon, make sure you ain't got colon cancer."
Right.
So I went to the doctor. I went to the doctor, but they would not see me. They would not see me. because they had to put me under medication, sedation, and to check my colon. And the
Mm-hmm.
only problem was I didn't have anyone to take me, to come and get me and take me home.
Mm-hmm.
So they would not see me. So I walked back home, and then my next bout with the colon cancer was in March. I kept having small pain, but I
Mm-hmm.
kept going to the doctor. And then in March of 2018,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 2018, um, I had a terrible bout with it. I told my girlfriend and my daughters take me to the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
take me to the emergency room. So they got me in the car, and then halfway to the hospital, I got sick on the stomach,
Mm-hmm.
and I got out the car and start throwing up. But I think at that point, Miss Jasmine, I
Mm-hmm.
think at that point when I got out the car, I was about ready to die.
Mm.
Um, I had got the car throwing up, and all that nasty black stuff came out of my stomach. And I think I didn't lay on the pavement beside the car, but I was on the ground throwing up,
Mm-hmm.
and my daughter was crying, and my girlfriend was crying. I'm getting misty eyed thinking about it. But I think I was about ready to die. I was about ready to die on the ground from colon cancer. So they got me up and put me in the car, and they took me to the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
And I told that doctor, look, I'm not leaving this place until you guys tell me what's wrong with me. I'm not leaving. So they got me back. They got me in the room, and they checked me, and they get the X-rays and everything. I think they put me in that tube, what do you call it, MRI,
Mm-hmm.
and they checked my colon and everything, and they found out I had stage 3 and stage 4 colon cancer on my left side, and stage 2 and 3 on my right side. That
Mm.
was March. So they got me back in. They took me in the hospital. I think it was on March 13th or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They did the colon cancer operation, and they cut me up and all the way down to from here all the way down to my below my navel. They cut me in half, and they got the colon out on the right side and the left side. And I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks. And I think the doctors told my family, my girlfriend, and my daughter that I'm lucky to be alive
Mm-hmm.
because of the stage 4 colon cancer. That's how bad it had gotten. So I got, they did that, stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks. And in April, I started the chemotherapy.
Mm-hmm.
And I took chemotherapy about from April to February of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
That chemotherapy was nasty. Nasty. I mean, really nasty. And I kept asking the doctor, why am I taking chemotherapy?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, just in case there may be some more cancer cells, running around in there. I said, just in case. I said, you mean to tell me there may not be no cancer cells in me, and you giving me this chemotherapy? And Jasmine, that chemotherapy kills good cells and bad cells.
Right.
Okay, and I said, so me being a man and stuff, I like sex, right? Even though I was 60 something, I had never had a problem with sex.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, if that's the case, if it kills good cells and bad cells, what about my sperm cells? He said, well, it kills that too.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what about the other stuff down there? What about my erections and all that kind of stuff? He said, well, you're going to have a problem with that for about a couple of years. Then I said, oh no, oh no.
He was not having it.
I wasn't having it. I wasn't having it. And I was telling my girlfriend and my daughters now, no, just don't mess with your manhood.
Mhm.
But they talked me into it. I went ahead and did, but I didn't want to do it.
Mhm.
So he kept giving me this during chemotherapy. And I said, I'm getting sick and tired of this chemotherapy.
Right.
So in February of 2019, I just stopped going. I stopped. I ain't going no more. I ain't going no more. So in June of 2019, I went to check to see if I had any colon cancer left. I had to go check.
Mhm.
There was no cancer cells or nothing. I went in 2000. I think I went. I make this like the third time I don't win,
Mhm.
and there's no sign of cancer cells or anything. So let me knock on wood that I'm that I'm lucky that I stopped and there's no cancer cells and no colon cancer or anything.
Right.
So and then I'm just pissed off at the doctor because he gave me a break that February. He said,
Mhm.
well, I said, well, give me a break. He said, you take a break and come back the end of February and we'll continue with your chemotherapy.
Mhm.
And I just said, I ain't going back. I ain't going back because it mess with your manhood. You can't have sex. The penis don't act right. It just dies. It's like it's dead. And so it's back to normal now.
Well, I'm glad.
Look, it's back to normal now. I couldn't have that. I just couldn't have it. But it's back to normal. Everything's back to normal. I gained all my weight back because I had lost almost 100 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, I was skinny. My daughter's house looked dead. I could walk in zombie. But I'm back up to my 300 now, and I'm pretty satisfied with
Mhm.
my 300 and something. But for the guys out there, when those women tell you to go get checked, go get checked. If you got check your prostate, whatever they tell you to go to the hospital to do it. Cause most of the time they know what they're talking about. Us guys, we hard headed. We don't want to go to the doctor. We don't want to go to the hospital. We'll wait to the last minute when death is knocking at your door before we go to the hospital or go to the doctor. So when they tell you to go, go. Because it's important to you, it's important to them. And if you have kids, it's important to your kids that you go. So, but let me knock on wood because I just came from the doctor last month. They
Mhm.
sent me through the tube, the MRI, CAT scan, and everything was negative. Everything was good. That's what I mean. Everything was good. No signs of cancer in my lungs, nowhere in the organs. And like I said, uh, everything is good downstairs. I can't complain.
Mhm.
It's back to normal. So, but the
Well, good.
guys, go get checked. I don't go get checked. Go get checked.
That's good. I mean, that's quite a journey you went through.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know, like tomorrow isn't promised. You know, we
Mhm.
a lot of us run through our life doing meaningless, shit. Excuse my French, but meaningless shit and all types of stuff, and we never know that the next day if it's gonna be our last or not. So,
Right.
um, what do you say to just anybody or just the men in particular? Um, Not knowing, or having gone through what you've gone through. What, let me ask you this. Having gone through what you've gone through, let's
Mhm.
just say hypothetically speaking, if it went the other way, what would you have wanted your legacy to be?
Oh wow. This thing. Hmm. I suppose that I lived a good life and that I think I left some good music. I mean, it might not be for everybody's taste, but I think I left some good music, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I think that one of these days, people are going to use my music for different stuff, and then that's going to give my income to my kids, my younger kids, because I got young kids, right now.
Mhm.
And but I think it's the music, and then helping people when I can. I might be mean, but I'm not that mean. But helping people when I can.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it.
So, okay. So, what have you changed? Because you said that you were losing a lot of weight. So can you tell us some of the signs they somebody might see to go get themselves get checked? Like, is it a weight loss or do they
When
lose
you
taste buds?
when you have problems in your stomach and it's like a cramp, and you used to eating, and you cannot eat your pig feet no more, you can't eat your hog chitlins no more, and bacon and stuff because you cannot eat,
Hmm.
and you're losing weight. I was losing weight fast, and I wasn't eating like I normally do because my stomach was hurting.
Hmm.
So when you feel stuff like that, when you feel stuff like that, your body gives you signs. When you're sick, your body gives you signs. Take those signs. Don't ignore those signs, and carry your butt to the doctor. When you tell your girlfriend or your wife or your mama or if a female, somebody in your life what's going on, they're gonna tell you get your butt up and go to the doctor. And that's what you need to do. When those any kind of sign, I don't care if it's a headache or unusual headache. If you're not used to being sick and you get sick,
Hmm.
carry your butt to the doctor, and that could save your life. Because, like I say, you have your family, you have your. I got kids. I got kids, 4 kids under 18.
Hmm.
Okay, and I can't leave them right now because they depend on daddy, especially the two that live there with me.
Hmm.
So I can't leave them right now because they're under 18 and they need their daddy, and then I can take their old girlfriend or whatever because she might be trying to cry. Yeah, I ain't got time for to be crying over my body. But but yeah, just make sure listen to your body and listen to those women in your life.
Hmm.
If you're not used to being sick and you get sick and something is out of the ordinary and unusual for you, follow those signs and go to the doctor. That's what I would tell them.
Okay. So on that note, I want to play another snippet of your song. This is called "When My Heart Went Zoom." Can you tell us a little bit about this song?
Listen, I was just you really gonna play that? You like that?
Yeah.
I was just messing. I was uh Jasmine. When I go to the bathroom, I take my guitar with me, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's like my recording studio. So I go to the bathroom when I'm using the bathroom. I just get the guitar and go in and just make up some stuff. I have
Hmm.
my phone in there, so I just made that up while I was sitting in the bathroom using the bathroom. So it's this.
Hey, I mean, a lot of people. Hey, don't be embarrassed. Everybody starts with. I mean, a lot of
So
my number one songs and classics came from weird things. So don't ever feel ashamed of how you made it or came together on the song. So.
okay, okay, but that's how I came together with my heart. I mean, just messing, just messing. So go ahead and let people know what I be thinking about when I'm in the bathroom. And my heart just goes home.
All right. All right, so let's get in a little bit of this. This is when my heart go. Excuse me, when my heart went zoom, y'all.
I didn't know your name.
Are you on?
We
Are
walked
you
into
on here?
the room.
Oh, I thought you were listening to it.
The music started to
Okay.
play, girl. That's when my heart went zoom. Then you
Mm,
looked at me,
okay.
and I looked at you. I didn't know what to say then. I just stood there looking like a fool.
All right, y'all. So that was when my heart went zoom. Nice little ditty, y'all. Ditty.
I'm gonna have to go and listen to that song again. Cause like I said, I was just messing around. Now you got me interested in the song. So
All right. So let me ask you, what's the best advice you can give as being an indie artist?
um, most of the time when you are an indie artist, you have to invest in yourself.
Hmm.
Um, you invest in yourself, and believe in yourself. And like I said earlier, don't never give up. If you can produce your own stuff and make your own money, and without giving it to an agent or a manager or a recording company,
Hmm.
do it, because I produce my own stuff, and send it out to radio stations. If they play it, they play it. If they don't, they don't.
Hmm.
But that's what I would say. Invest in yourself, and invest in your dreams, and follow your dreams. Like I said earlier, don't give up. Do what you have to do. Take care of the family first,
Hmm.
if you got a family. But then go for your dreams and make your money. There's a lot of good people out there, younger than I am, and they can sing, they can dance, rappers, singers, R&Bs, singers. Do what you have to do, and make that money. That's what I would do.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
How do you feel that social media has impacted you as an artist, an indie artist? And the reason why I ask that, because a lot of independent artists or even unknown artists start on social media. So, what do you think about it?
I like it because you don't have to worry about going to record labels and managers, um, doing a lot of shows, because you can do shows on Facebook. You can film your stuff on YouTube and put it out. Social media is good for independent artists, and it's good for all the artists. It's good for people who are in the business.
Hmm.
Um, so I like it. It's good, and it has helped me out a great deal. Just here recently, because of social media, Reverb Nation, I got some stuff on it, and this man from California called me, and he said he was interested in some of my songs.
Hmm.
After talking to you, I checked him out. I checked with the Better Business Bureau, the company and stuff,
Hmm.
and he's in good standing with them. And
Hmm.
I went to his website and checked out his media credits, and he's done a pretty good job. So if I'm lucky, if he just get one of my songs, to place it on a movie or a commercial or something, that would be good. That would be good for me,
It
and
was.
it would. So I'm gonna knock on wood, and hopefully I sent him a bunch of my stuff yesterday, and he's
Hmm.
gonna go through it. Now he to send a letter. He loved that one. He loved send a letter, and um, Carolina Fun. But he wanted me to redo Carolina Fun. He gonna
Hmm.
keep that one, but he wanted me to redo Carolina Fun, and put something else instead of Carolina. So instead of Carolina Fun, I put Hot Summer Fun. So
Hmm.
he said that was good, because then a lot of people can use that. So we're gonna see how that works out. If that works out pretty good, that'll be the lick right there. That'll be the lick.
That's
But
good.
yeah, I checked
So,
them out. Go ahead.
let me ask you, what is next? I mean, because you've gone through one heck of a journey. So, I mean, you've dealt with the diagnosis of colon cancer, the performing, the shows, the singing, and of course, 2020 as a whole need to be just thrown out the window. So, with all of that wrapped up into a bowl, a ball, what's next for you?
Um, Hopefully, if the thing pan out with the guy putting my stuff in commercials, like I said, that'll be good. Then, after this 2020 mess is over with, and that darn virus stuff, I would just like to perform. I don't care if it's on TV. I don't care if it's in movies. I don't care if they put my songs in movies. Um, just call me. Call me and let's perform. Cause like I said earlier, I missed the stage. I
Mhm.
really missed the stage, and it's like the stage to me is like a long. It's like a friend, and when you don't see that friend in a long time, you become to miss that friend. And the
Right.
stage to me is part of my life. It's part of my journey, and I just want to get back on stage and just cut up, just cut up. That's what I want to do. I don't care where it's at. Just call me. Let me do what I do.
So, do you have any upcoming projects that we need to be looking out for,
I
or?
don't right now. I don't have anything because, like I said, this darn virus has got everybody, scared. Most of the time when I did my TV commercials and movie stuff, I would go to Atlanta.
Mhm.
They even down there they locked out. That
Mhm.
virus got a lot of stuff locked out. So it's just hard. So hopefully in 2021 things will change and then we can go back to work.
Right. Well, let me ask you this because after all, this is something for the culture, and being that this is something for the culture, we deal with everything across the board. So, a lot of things went on in 2020. We had the eruption of all these protests. All of these black brothers and sisters have been dying, at the hands of police brutality and everything else in between. I want to get your thoughts on everything that has been going on, even the Trump situation. I mean, how he handled the whole virus. Can you tell me what's your personal thoughts?
Trump and the virus. Trump got to go. Trump got to go. Trump people, I hope y'all please get out and go vote. Trump got to go because Trump got to go. He got to go. That's all I got. He's terrible. He's a terrible president. He's not for us. He's for his base. But even his base is dying. He's got to go. And further, he don't. I don't think he care anything about us as black people. I don't think he care about us. I don't think he care about the Democrats at all because he'll tell you that. And 160,000 people are dead because of the virus. And I think if he would have acted earlier as a president or leader of the United States, then I don't think we would have this bigger problem with this virus. As far as the people with the police, I think I think with the police situation, they need a different when these policemen shoot an unarmed black. I don't care what color they are. When they shoot an unarmed person, I don't think the police department should investigate their own. I don't think that the DA should investigate the police department. I think it should be a totally different tribunal to investigate these policemen for shooting unarmed people. I don't care what color they are, and they need to be prosecuted. If they are unjustified in killing these people, then they need to go to prison and serve their time. And that's how I feel about the policemen. I don't trust them anyway. I don't trust them. When it comes to us, I don't trust them.
Well, that's fair enough. So given that the people that we are about to, I guess, vote in office or the options we have, I mean, it's been another circus again because we've had Kanye West come forward, and then we've had Biden, and then and let me ask you this: what do you feel about Biden as an African American man? Because
I trust him. I trust him. I trust him. I trust him because Obama trusted him,
okay.
and he stuck by President Obama. And right now, that's President Obama. Obama is one of my idols, and I admire him. So if President Obama trusted him, then I can trust him.
Okay. Now I will say this because there are a lot of African Americans who did not care for Obama.
Hmm.
And don't care for Biden either, especially with all of these rumors that's coming out about, him having dealings with young girls and everything of that nature. What do you say to that?
Yeah. Oh, don't get me started. They got Trump in office. They
Hmm.
complaining, and they got Trump. Trump will tell you in a minute what he's gonna feel. What kind of young girls? Were they old enough? Trump, Trump
No,
already. Was it?
no.
I don't believe. No, because if that was true, he's been vetted a long time. Because that was true. Then when he was running for president, all those times, and when he was the vice president being vetted for Obama, that stuff would have came up. That's a bunch of bull stuff. I don't care what nobody
Well, I
says.
will say this because, everything with the virus that has been going on in 2020, not a lot of people know, but they are starting to become privy to this Epstein. It all started with Epstein. There is a
Hmm.
and this is fair knowledge because they just grabbed his partner. She's under investigation as we speak, and
Hmm.
she's spilling tea. I mean, she's spilling names all over the place. Our president is one on that list, has heavy
Hmm.
involvement with her, and there's other political figures, artists, and so on and so forth. What do you feel about that?
This is what I feel about that. Y'all got Trump in the office. Can't nobody say nothing bad about nobody because y'all got Trump in the office. Shut up. I think Biden would be more of a president any day than what we have now. He would bring I think he would bring dignity back to the office of the presidency. People, if I was Biden running for president, I don't I don't believe nothing nobody say when it comes to politics unless I see it for myself.
Mhm.
But if I was Biden, if it was me, I would tell people, shut up. You got you got Trump in office. Trump is the worst personality. He's terrible. He is a terrible man, and these people voted him in as president. These Christian people voted him in as president, and he's terrible. So Biden, do what you do, run as president, and when they tell you about what you don't done, if you don't mess with some young girls, you need to have your butt kicked. But
Mhm.
so he was even Trump was accused of messing with young girls. Even Trump was with Epstein. So shut up. Tell these people to shut the hell up. And, and that's how I feel.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close this interview up. I want you to leave us with any last words or acknowledgement you want to give out, shout out to anybody.
I just want to thank everybody. I have a lot of a fan base, and I want to thank them. I want to thank my girlfriend, Bianca Glenn, and my daughter, Miss Ruby, my little son, Michael Adams. He loves his daddy and his music and health. I just want to thank my whole family for their support, my whole family and friends for their support, and I really appreciate it. And then I thank everyone for the prayers they sent up. I might not believe what you believe, but you believe what you believe. And I thank you for the prayers that you sent up on my bout with and just thank you. Thank you very much.
We will have Hot Girl, up and coming female artist. She's down with the Legend of Yo. She has ties to some love and hip hop um, artists that Hollywood, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to get into all of that tomorrow night with her. Um, Also, tune back in Saturday night as well for part two with Frejo Star. So we're looking forward to that. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get out of here. And it was a pleasure having you this evening, Mr. Adams. You're always welcome back to the center. And we're going to go ahead and leave this segment out with one of your last songs. So give me 1 second. Okay, so this is Rock With You Guys. So we're going to leave out on this. Y'all have a blessed night.
Yeah,
Oh, I can hear it.
you make me feel good now. Yes, you do, girl. Listen, got my bottle in my guitar too. Going to the club, see what I can do. I feel so good. I wanna rock all night long. Rock you, girl. Find me a girl and sing her favorite song. But now things gonna be a bit different this time. Come on, girl, let me
That was good.
pour you